2021 is here. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Jess, if we haven't met before, and I'm so stoked to share my 2021 goals with you guys right now. What? Being held accountable by you. We did this a couple years ago and we had such a blast just like asking each other how our goals were doing all year, and I thought that was super cool. So I'd love to open up that opportunity for us again with this video. So please leave me a comment below. Let me know what your New Year's resolutions are, and let's get started. Here are mine. These are my personal New Year's resolutions, my New Year's goals as a human being. I have a lot of professional goals too this year, now that my son is about to turn 1 in March and my maternity leave is coming to a close. But these are my personal ones. I've shared before what my New Year's goal setting process is. I will link to a past video down below in the description so you can check out what my process sort of is. My process was. I am switching it up a little bit this year. It's kind of an evolution, to be honest, over the years, but this year switching it up a little bit because I felt like my New Year's resolutions were less measurable, goal oriented. This year I'm focusing on having a motto, which is Boundless. That is my motto this year. And I've also picked 4 goals based on big 4 categories in my life: mindset, creativity, family, and fitness. So I have those 4 big umbrellas that have resolutions attached to them. And then I sort of break it down as having like one main resolution, I resolve to, and then some action steps to meet my goal. But it is a lot less, the SMART method is not being used this year because there are just some nuances I felt with my resolutions that I don't really know how to measure them. If you have thoughts on how I should be measuring these, leave them in the comments below. Okay, and one more thing just before we get into the resolutions. Why am I doing things differently this year? Well, first of all, I tend to approach goals by scheduling them in. Makes perfect sense. Very actionable, very good, awesome for my time management, but I never have enough time. Something that I'm really interested in achieving this year is being very intentional about all of my resolutions all the time, so that it's more of a lifestyle change than a measurable achievement goal. That's something that I want to be conscious of. So some of the ways that I'm achieving that are I'm putting my New Year's resolutions, I've written them down in a sheet. Hold on. Okay. This is my sheet, my good copy. It's already gotten tea spilt all over it, so I imagine I will have multiple good copies going on this year. But the fact that there is tea spilt on it kind of reassures me because it means I'm reusing it. I am trying to read through it every day so that I remind myself of what my intentions are for this year. So, what are they? 10 minutes of speaking later. Okay, my resolutions. So, first category was mindset. And I think this is the biggest one for me this year. I have always been a very positive person. However, this year, I want to take a little bit more of a hands-on approach to my mindset. I want to take an active role in what's going on up here because I've noticed some bad habits, some negative self-talk. I have noticed some complacency starting to creep in. I have noticed some very limiting thoughts starting to creep in, and it's not just thoughts, it's like limiting capacity. My mindset is limited. It's limited, and I can't. That's not how I want to live my life. This is why my motto this year is Boundless, because I feel like I have limited myself. I have put boundaries on my capabilities because of the way that I think about myself and I think about the world. And I would like to change that. Number 1, cultivating a boundless abundance mindset. Some of the things that I have marked down as being part of my practices to get that to happen: 3 times weekly meditation with a journaling practice tied together. Something that I discovered a couple of years ago. I did a mindset reset that Love Sweat Fitness was doing. Check out Love Sweat Fitness here on YouTube. They did a wicked, it was so cool. 5 days, 10-minute meditation, and then some journaling. Crazy. I'd never meditated and then journaled. Usually I journaled and then meditated. But when you meditate and journal, then it's like the meditation just continues all the way through the journaling. And sometimes I would reread my journals and be like, really? Was I high? Because I don't remember writing any of this, which I think is super cool. So I wanted to bring that in because it just unlocks something for me. If you try it or you have, and it happens to you too, let me know, because that's so dope. Then also intention setting. Like I said, want to take a more active stance in where my mind's at, where am I heading. I've also been looking into some, like, intention setting is usually accompanied by videos on manifesting. So I'm diving into that too, because why not? Makes sense. Makes sense. If you are intentionally going after something, it probably is more likely to happen. So getting into that, super digging it so far. It's only January 4th, but let me tell you, I've done 2 sessions. Fuck, it feels good, man. I go to bed like so happy and so in love with my life. It's great. And then also I'd like to read 6 pages a day. I want to be learning. I think that's really important in terms of cultivating an abundance mindset for me, is to be learning all the time. Second thing, creativity. I want to write 1 new song by myself, like a solo exercise, at least 1 every month. That doesn't mean that I'm only going to write 12 songs this year, guys. Not even in the slightest. Definitely still going to be writing with other people. Chances are good I write songs in 2s, so chances are good I will write 2 songs a month. While I've been pregnant and on maternity, I've been so focused on the baby and my new role as mom that I really haven't written anything. I've written 1 set of lyrics since Tuukka's been born. And that's crazy. And that's just because I've not set aside the time to let my brain flow. And so what I really need to do is make an appointment with myself and make sure that I'm getting that creative time. 1 new song every month at minimum for my creative well-being this year. 3 is family. And the big goal there is to explore with Tuukka every single day. Tuukka is my 9-month-old son. Sometimes I get stuck in a rut. Like, we have a route that we do around the neighborhood, you know, when we walk. We have meal times that basically take me through the entire day. Parents who can relate, give this video a like. So I just feel like I'm cooking and washing dishes. Some of the little things that I like to achieve, like actionable things, setting up a weekly family activity so that Darnell joins us to do something cool. In the summertime, we were doing a lot of walks to the archery range, the outdoor archery range here in Toronto. We would do like a family nature walk, and it was super cool. For us now, with winter here, and with COVID, with everything being closed, we have to get creative. And so far, all we've done are movie days. So trying to get out of our little box. Yeah. So weekly family activity, that'll help us do something exploratory at least once a week. I really think exploring also is exploring things that he's already done. So another activity another note that I have for how to make this come to life is to do 1 new thing with Tuukka every week. So we're doing a family activity, we're doing 1 new thing, and then the rest of the week can be a little bit more low-key, but it's exploratory, and it's like, we read Goodnight Moon a lot. I love that book. He loves that book. There's so much in that book that we haven't done. All I've done is when we say, like, you know, good night lamp, I point to the lamp, and then I look at him and I say, that's the lamp. But there's a fireplace, and that's not in the text. And there's a bookshelf, and there are dolls, and, you know, like, there's all kinds of things to explore in that great green room that we haven't explored yet. So there's lots of opportunity there, and I think it's really cool because it really taps into my childish mindset and, like, exploring and getting creative, and also getting, you know, a little bit boundless. Let's be boundless. Finally, fitness. Guys, I'm losing 40 pounds this year because I put it on to have my son and it's not gone anywhere. So that's what's happening for me this year. Some of the things that I want to keep in mind about that. What I find interesting about weight loss is if this is a goal that I can be super actionable, measurable about, right? And the one measurable, actionable thing that I am putting down here is daily intermittent fasting from 7:30 to 7:30 overnight. It's actually been good. I've been getting a 13-hour window most nights from 6:30, but and sometimes even 13 and a half because we'll get up at 8 and then I'll have coffee. And I also have a gut health routine. I take my apple cider vinegar in the morning and then have some kombucha in the afternoon. And I am going to be tracking my food intake every other week while I try to get my portion sizes down, because that's the problem here. Like, I work out, that's cool. I love exercise. Tuukka and I go walking every single day. One of the things is get outside daily. We do. So we're going to keep doing that, plus 6 workouts a week that I love. And right now I do almost that every week. Trying to keep that routine nice and tight. But portions reprogramming, that is like the number one thing. And I am using my Fitbit tracker app, but only every other week, because I find when I track for too long, it just gets overwhelming and then I throw the whole thing away. So trying to make it lifestyle and less about having more things to do schedule wise, and making sure that it's like, it is just something that I'm doing. I'm conscious. I'm not having seconds. That was happening. I'm not eating off Tuukka's plate. I'm not just reaching for snacks mindlessly. I have like times that I will have snacks. Making sure that those snacks are healthy snacks, not Christmas chocolates, but rather, yogurt and some almonds. Another note here for my lose 40 pounds goal is think garden first. I want to think what's the veggie and then what else happens in the meal, so that I'm filling up on some more nutritious substances, as opposed to we're having a grilled cheese sandwich with 3 slices of tomato on the side. No. We're having like a tomato sandwich and there may be a slice of cheese on it. Like, probably a bad example, whatever. But who cares? It's gonna happen. Because we're boundless in 2021, and I know this year has such a good energy. I know that it's gonna be difficult. What's not difficult? Come see me in May. This year is really going to happen. Also, 3 notes I wrote on the bottom of my page here to remind myself every single day what this is about, so that I don't get overwhelmed, so that I don't get annoyed, so that I don't get bored of trying to achieve the same goal for 12 months, First of all, it's a lifestyle building exercise. I want to be regularly paying attention to my mindset. I want to be regularly creating. I want to be regularly spending good quality time with my son. I want to be regularly being healthy to my body. And then spontaneity is fun, and it's a good thing. And we don't want to be scheduled to the freaking hilt so that, mom across the hall calls and she wants to go for a walk and then I feel stressed. That's not cool, and that's not good for, that mindset isn't good for anybody. So I want to remind myself that spontaneity is fun, and to get back into it. I used to be really very receptive to being spontaneous. Lastly, I have here to slow down. Slow down, taste each moment, enjoy the ride. And, if I'm feeling overwhelmed because I feel like I've been standing and cleaning for 3 hours, sit down. Like, the kitchen isn't going to explode because there's a dish. It's not a big deal. So, slow down, count my blessings, smell the roses, and enjoy this process, because there's so much good in here, and I'm so excited to see what 2021 brings us. I wish you an incredible year. Please do leave your goals for 2021 below so we can support each other. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and give this video a little like. And I'll see you in the next one.